Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down because today we're talking politics. I'm sorry. I'm saying, oh God. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. I know. Talking politics can be pretty divisive. Divisive? We're in a very weird time politically. Trump goes on Aiden Ross's stream, does the Trump dance with him. They're giving away cyber trucks or something like that. And XQC was there, I think. And then Kamala Harris has people twerking at her committee as she's doing like weird Southern accents and stuff.
So I'm gonna get into some business now. Okay.
It's been a whirlwind of media attention, and quite frankly, it's a goddamn circus is what it is. I don't know if other people in other countries feel this way, but anytime any political race happens, it's just such an overabundance of cringe. It's just like self-shame and cringe. That's all I have. And it splits the country so heavily too. No one can ever just agree to disagree on something, right? People say they like to, but I feel like people are very judgmental, which we do live in polarizing times now as well, but I don't know. We do a lot of tournaments on this channel, and with the election coming up, which I'm not going to talk about my political opinions, because here's the thing, guys. All right. One, I'm dumb. I'm an uneducated voter. And to be completely frank, I don't know if it's bad to say, I've never voted once in my life. The only thing I've ever voted on is local government stuff. That's the only thing I ever think really I ever can affect. All right. But other than that, I just don't vote. I'm a bad person. Sue me, right?
Yeah, my opinion on you has changed.
I've had people legitimately say that. Listen, I'm just uneducated. So today I wanted to go through and we're going to figure out which politician has the best slogan, looks the prettiest, and has the hottest partner.
Wait! Today's video is sponsored by PDS Debt. If you're struggling with credit cards, medical bills, or paying off personal loans and collections, then PDS Debt's here to help. Everyone accrues debt, but the world doesn't make it easy on it to get out of it. If you're making payments every month on your debt and your balances aren't going down, and you have at least $10,000 or more in eligible debt, the PDS Debt has customized options just for you. There's no minimum credit score required, meaning you can have bad credit and fair credit and still be eligible. Implementing PDS Debt's alternative solutions can save you more while paying off your debt in just a fraction of the time. Look, I've worked a lot of odd jobs. I went to art school. Hell, I even lived in my car for a fair bit of time. And I get it, times can be tough. So if you're in a weird spot, maybe at least check out PDS Debt's free analysis to see if there's just any other options for you. See if it's something that can get you out of a little bit of trouble. Stop waiting and start saving. Get a free debt analysis right now at pdsdebt.com/papameat. It only takes about 30 seconds. That's pdsdebt.com/papameat. pds.com/papameat. Thank you so much, PDS Debt, for sponsoring this video, and back to the video.
We tried to make this as petty as we possibly could to really get into the mind of an uneducated voter. So without further ado, let's meet our political candidates. We have Indian statesman Indira Gandhi. Is that related to Mahatma Gandhi?
I don't know. I didn't look. But we're uneducated voters, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to assume yes.
Actually, you know what I'm going to say? As an uneducated voter, I'm just going to say, oh, Gandhi. That's probably the same Gandhi, right? Then we have German statesman Konrad Adenauer, Prime Minister Winston Churchill. I know him. The British Bulldog, eh? President William Henry Harrison. Philippines candidate Junjun Soto. Australian Democrat leader Don Chip. We have President Herbert Hoover. Polish politician Andrzej Lepar. Republican presidential candidate Bobby Jindal. Democratic president Franklin Pierce, Republican Senate candidate Kristen O'Donnell, New York Governor Alfred E. Smith, President Lyndon B. Johnson, Russian revolutionary Vladimir Lenin. We have Lenin on this list, okay. Taiwanese politician Kyo Yoon-han, and President Richard Nixon, which there's a couple of there I do know. There's a couple, I would say the vast majority I do not know, but these are people with controversial slogans. Because you know what, that's the thing with politics, right? It all boils down to a strong slogan. Remember Obama? Believe. In a weird way, you're like, God damn, I want to believe. I want to believe in something, right? And then Trump says, make America great again. I mean, I don't give a if you like the country or not. That's just like a very, that slogan's hard. Make America great again. Kind of makes you just be like, yeah, what the happened? What the fuck happened, man? Slogans are so important. So we need to figure out who has ever had the most unhinged, who's had the best unhinged slogan of all time. And first up, we have Indian statement Indira Gandhi versus German statement Konrad Adenauer. Indira Gandhi, 1971. Her slogan was Garabi Hatao, which means remove poverty. Why was this a controversial one, Nick?
It's just whoever's the best, like, just based off the slogan, who am I going to vote for?
Right. So based off who the slogan is, what they look like, their personal life, and just like, I mean, face value everything, right? You don't look into the politics, that's it. Okay. Garabi Hatao, which means remove poverty. How do you debate that? I'm not gonna lie, I like the Sweeney Todd thing of her hair too, if I'm being honest. My heart's starting to palpitate a little bit. I'm starting to get a little sweaty. This is how I actually feel in the electoral booth, where I'm like I feel like I'm choosing the wrong thing and having no information. This is all feeling so real. Where's the husband at? Oh, this is the husband. Versus German statement Konrad Adenauer. God, what a ghastly man. I feel like this is like a vampire or something. I always hate when old people's heads, man, they start getting those like onion spots. That grosses me out. How do you stop that? Is that just from being out in the sun too long? Conrad's was literally no experiments.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Do you want context?
No. Well, actually, do you know the context of it? I actually don't want to know because I don't want to inform my decision. No experiments is such a fucking cryptic. He's scary and he's German. He seems like a German mad scientist. As a leader, I feel like people would be afraid to toil with this man. I would be afraid to toil against this man. Versus, I'm going to be honest, the Indira Gandhi seems very sweet. Do I want my leader to be scary or do I want them to be wholesome? That's kind of we're immediately facing a philosophical debate early on. I'm leaning towards Conrad because one, I'm like, he looks like he belongs behind a podium ruling something, doesn't he? Next up, Prime Minister Winston Churchill, which I do love the British Bulldog. He's a good man. And President William Henry Harrison. So I have to go against my own country. Let's see, what was Churchill's? Better a third term than a third world war. That's cold. That's ice cold. He did look very frumpy. He looks like the most stereotypical British guy. Like, this is definitely a plate of brown kind of man. Yo, why is his wife kind of a baddie though, huh? She's got a strong chin, dude. She's got like that's like a Buzz Lightyear chin if I've ever seen one. She has been mewing. She's been mewing and he's been gooning. That's the ultimate looks maxing couple. William Henry Harrison. I don't like the haircut already, first off. Looks like a toupee. You know what, just own your bald. I mean, it's easy coming from a guy with like a very full head of hair. What, can you not just be bald? Damn. He looks like he's, yeah, just like I don't like him. All right, well, we're going kind of hard on. What's his presidential campaign? Tippecanoe and Tyler 2. Oh my God, that's his wife? Oh, this doesn't look like a ruler to me. One thing I can tell you right now about Winston Churchill, that see like I'm an old thirsty basset hound. This one's too easy. This is definitely Winston Churchill. That's gonna be hard to beat the himself. Damn, dude. Next we have Philippines candidate Junjun Soto versus Australian Democrat leader Don Chip. Philippines candidate Junjun Soto, 2014. So this is the most recent one we've had so far. I'll do my best, but I can't promise anything. I'll do my best, but I can't promise anything. Love the transparency. For those of you who don't know or is not a Filipino, this is pretty much the most overused sentence phrased during elections. Most politicians here would usually cry in front of the camera just to get people's attention, so you can't really put trust on anyone anymore. Is that what he said?
No, this is what someone gave context to.
Okay. This is the only photo we have of him too, isn't it? I'll tell you what, I feel like I would love to go like a barbecue with him. This would be a kind of guy that I'd love to just like hang out, have a couple drinks with, but at the same time, too trusting, maybe a pushover. Maybe I want to be lied to a little bit. Promise me something I can't have. All right, let me see the Australian Democrat leader Don Chip. I want to say right now, love the name Don Chip. Keep the bastards honest. Oh, that's a good one. Keep the bastards honest. In Don Chip, eh? Ugh. His smile is not very good. He's got kind of a rat mouth. Also don't like he even is doing more of a rat face in this thing. He's kind of doing like a... And then his wife looks a bit like one of my grandpas with a wig on. That makes me feel uncomfortable. I like Junjun Soto, but I feel like Don Chip is going to be like... I feel like he's going to push us forward. I wonder if he's liked. I'm gonna be doing there's gonna be a lot of edits of like, was he a liked candidate? Did he win? I don't know. Don Chip has my vote for this round. President Hubert Hoover, I never liked his name. It always reminds me of the vacuum. Hoover vacuums, come on. Or Polish politician Andrzej Leper. A chicken in every pot and a car in every garage. I do like that kind of good old boy energy. He's kind of a bit of a looker, a little bit. He kind of looks like, I was gonna say Citizen Kane, Orson Welles. Let's see what Andrzej Leper's all about. He said, Zimsta jest zlotka. Revenge is sweet. Oh, that's sick. Everyone's like, ooh. Oh, the other politician's like, he looks kind of constipated in this photo, though. Can you imagine this guy saying revenge is sweet? He just blows like a huge ass fart, like soils himself. His wife looks like, I feel like I would like to be friends with that family because the mom seems sweet. She looks like a very sweet woman. That kind of makes him even more intimidating, though. Revenge is sweet. With the Polish politician Andrzej Leper, you have the fury of an Italian-American mobster, but then you have the caring side of his first lady, who is, dare I say, looks like a very sweet woman. It's got to go to Leper. Revenge is sweet is just like, he's just like, if you do wrong to us, I will take great pleasure in coming for you. Republican presidential candidate Bobby Jindal versus Democratic President Franklin Pierce. So this feels like an actual, this feels like an actual election here. I'm always hung up on the name Bobby because of Bobby Hill, and he's like by far the worst child in any, cartoon. That boy ain't right. Tanned, rested, ready. Huh. I really don't like his dweeby picture. Already off to a bad start with this. Also don't like his hair split down the middle like that. Franklin Pierce. We poked you in 44, we shall pierce you in 52. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Also, could be taken in multiple ways, though, if I'm being honest. That cannot possibly be a picture of his wife. That looks like a picture of his mother. That is crazy. Don't like that she has one black glove on, so now I have to speculate what is wrong with that hand. Versus, it's just Bobby Jindal. It feels like it's just too much of a joke. I don't really like a jokey leader. Take the job seriously, dude. What are you getting paid for, right? Pierce. Pierce all day on that one. Republican Senate candidate Christine O'Donnell versus New York Governor Alfred E. Smith. You see Christine O'Donnell. Let me get a little look at that. I'm not a witch, I'm you. That's her candidate. That's her slogan. I'm not a witch, I'm you. She's got that like, what is it, Sarah Palin kind of vibe. Oh, that like crazy ass like soccer mom energy. I don't know if I like that, dude. There's a video of her.
I'm not a witch. I'm nothing you've heard. I'm you.
Her starting her video with "I'm not a witch" is insane. It honestly gives me I'm getting a couple kind of points in your favor. Immediately what I think of is, what did she do to have to say that? What about New York Governor Alfred E. Smith? Let me see him. Make all your wet dreams come true? Make all your wet dreams come true? God damn. Oh, and those gray teeth up front. Oh my God, him down at the racetrack too with his bullish wife. Oh my God, make all your wet dreams come true. He's like, you know what I'm saying, sweetheart? Did you make an oopsie? Did cocky go boing boing in the middle of the night? Wifey did it. Alfred E. Smith just kind of creeps me out if I'm being honest. Christine O'Donnell at least looks presentable to be a world leader. If this guy showed up, they'd be like, did you get the only fentanyl addicted politician to be your president? You know what I mean? Man, I love wet dreams though. Oh man, I love it. I've only had it. Well, you know why I like it is because I've only had it happen once. It was a mess. Oh, I'm saying, I woke up, a mess was made. Nick, I'm telling you, when I say I threw away my shorts.
Oh God.
It was unbelievable. I've never woken up more happy though in my life. When I went to bed, my shoulders were all tight. I had like back pain. I was all nervous about stuff. I don't think I woke up feeling 18 years old again. The years melted away. All the stress. I was like, the cartwheel. It was like a big slushy. Took them off, threw them away. Took a shower and went about my day. That sounded like a Dr. Seuss passage, did it not? Did that actually sound that sounded like a dog? I'm getting off that. I'm gonna go with Christine O'Donnell. You know what? Yeah, she's not a witch or whatever, but the Alfred E. Smith thing is too much. President Lyndon B. Johnson, I know him, and Russian revolutionary Vladimir Lenin. Now this is a political mashup right here, dude. Holy shit. Let's see. President Lyndon B. Johnson, in your guts, you know he's nuts. Damn! Holy moly, he is deep up in them guts. Yo, Lyndon B. Johnson can be me just right. Lyndon B. Johnson too. He looks like a little now too, doesn't he? And his wife's a little baddie too, huh? What I wouldn't get him. She knows too. She's just like, in my guts, I know he's nuts. He's been up in my guts with his nuts. And then Vladimir Lenin, bread, land, and peace. God, what an intimidating man. Bread, land, peace.
Look at his wife.
I know. Everything just seems so stoic and cold in that country. Vladimir Lenin, though, let me tell you, I'm like, he looks like a guy where I'm like, I want him to do all the serious shit. He looks like, I don't know why, I don't know if this is right, but in my mind, he looks like the evil scientist in the first Outlast game. They look like they've never smiled one day in their life. They don't smile because they're Russian, that is true. Also, I will say Lyndon B. Johnson kind of has this like good old boy aspect about him. He could talk about the serious stuff, but if my car broke down, he'd help me. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lyndon B. Johnson. He has a very pristine face too. Very memorable face. How about Taiwanese politician Q Yun Han or President Richard Nixon? This, tell you what, Taiwanese politician Q Yun Han this is a tall cookie to crack right here. Let's see, Q Yun Han, gaze upon the world, conquer the universe. That's pretty epic. Gaze upon the world, conquer the universe. He's not even talking about his country, he's talking about space too. I kind of love that. All right, his wife's kind of a baddie too. Believe, begin, become is in that photo as well. He looks passionate as This guy's getting me kind of hyped up, dude. I want to be at this rally. Good luck, Nick. I gotta say good luck to Nixon is all I gotta say. They can't lick our They can't lick our so good. We like don't change in the middle of a screw. Vote for Nixon in 72. It sucks because here's the thing. I'm trying to go in unbiased with all this. And yes, all things are fun, but he was just a horrible president. Also very deceptive. I mean, he did lie. And he made our country look like a joke. Dude, and even if he was good, does he have swagger that Q Yun Han has? I don't think he does. Gaze upon the world, conquer the universe. Are you f***ing kidding me? Also the passion, the raw passion in those photos. I'm going with him. That marks the end of our first round. We get out with the weak, continuing with the strong, and the second round begins now. Starting off, oh God, I forgot about Conrad Adenauer immediately. Versus Winston Churchill again. I feel like Conrad doesn't even stand a chance. He got past round one because he was so ghoulish and scary. And I was like, oh, maybe he's intimidating. I feel like Winston Churchill kind of has that too. Conrad also looks like he's on the verge of death. That was the problem with Biden is I was like, I feel like this guy's gonna die any day.
Dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if...
At any rate, that is what we're going to try to do.
It just feels sad having to run. I'm just gonna go Churchill. Don Chip versus Andres Lepper, the constipated man or the Australian rat. Don Chip he kind of just looks like a politician to me. Versus the Andres Lepper guy, if I'm being honest this time, I'd be like, I feel like you work for like the trash company, like the Sopranos kind of thing. Who would you say, Nick? I already had my vote. I'm just saying what you think.
Probably Don.
That's who I had. I voted Don Chip. Ooh, Franklin Pierce or the Republican witch Christine O'Donnell. Christine O'Donnell just saying I'm not a witch is just so funny to me. She also she has a very kind appearance, doesn't she? Yeah, her like smiling, laughing. It's crazy soccer mom energy. That's the powerful thing about a crazy ass soccer mom is she's gonna be really kind to your face, but you know she's like planning some shit in the background. Your son looks really cute. I'm like, yeah. And they walk off and like, I'll go get him off the field. Let's go, Joshua. That's like some evil, heinous shit. Christine O'Donnell is becoming a power player on this list immediately. Franklin Pierce, I don't know. His wife also looks like she's 145 years old. Christine O'Donnell moves on. The American Witch. You got also the American Witch. That's pretty good. The American Witch. Come on. Lyndon B. Johnson versus our boy Kyo Yun Han. Lyndon B. Johnson is just what I expect of like the golden age American man. You know, he's a guy's guy. He's honest. He's respectable. And now he's just like, I'm in a place to just bring this whole thing home. Kyo Yun Han makes me believe in myself. Gaze upon the world, conquer the universe. I like also that he's just like, yeah, we want everything. This is the problem. There's a very important King of the Hill episode where Hank, who is obviously a very stern Republican man, shakes George W. Bush's hand and it's limp. And he's like, then he's like, I don't know if I can vote for a guy whose hand he has a limp handshake. It changes his whole perspective about him.
His handshake. It's limp.
And I'm looking at Kyo Yoon Han and I'm picturing that. I'm picturing standing in front of him. Am I taller than him? Am I bigger than him? When I shake his hand, does that make me feel like I'm like, is this the leader I want? Right? Versus Lyndon B. Johnson. I picture myself as like a child looking up to his father. He's just like, here, let me help you up. Or I'm on my back and he's like, let me help you up. And he picks you up. You like Kyo Yoon Han?
Oh, yeah. Look at his wife, dude.
You're all there for his wife. I think, you know what? I'm being too hard on Kyo Yoon Han's, I guess, his size and stature. He makes me feel too good about myself. I'm sorry, Lyndon B. Johnson. I have to go Kyo Yoon Han. Kyo Yoon Han. All right, now this is the semifinals here, guys, all right? And in semifinal match number 1, it's Winston Churchill versus Democratic leader, the Australian rat, Don Chip. The Bulldog versus the Rat, which is a crazy, insane political battle. Oh my God. Don Chip has some kind of weird hold over me. I don't know why. I look at him and I'm just like, this is a guy that I want to hang out with. This guy. Winston Churchill, yeah, he's he's gooning, he's edging, and his wife is mogging and looks maxing and all that stuff. But what I really want to like sit down, also he's British. Ugh. Like the thing about the rat, the Australian rat, is he'd be like, you want a Jack and Coke? I'm gonna drink it Foster's and I wouldn't mind having a whiskey and a soda, hey? Versus Churchill, I feel like he'd just be like, let me get a pint of your finest ale. I don't like beer. You see, we're coming down to very petty stuff right now. Also, I'll be honest, after looking at Winston Churchill's Buzz Lightyear jawed wife more, I'm actually just more afraid of her. She doesn't even look real. It looks AI generated. I gotta go Don Chip. Don Chip! I love Don Chip. Oh my God. This next one, the American witch Christine O'Donnell versus the Taiwanese politician Kyo Yoon Han. This is not even close, dude. Soccer mama energy or like me motivating myself? Come on. Burn the witch at the stake. Move Kyo Yoon Han on. I will say her starting that political campaign ad once again though. I'm not a witch. It's some serious energy. I'd be like, this is unhinged. All right, our finals. This is an unsuspecting. I did not suspect this finals. The finals. The finals is unbelievable. The Australian rat, Don Chip, versus Galactus, as I want to call him. The Taiwanese politician, Kyo Yoon Han. Here's the facts. Here's the pros on both sides. Don Chip looks like a politician. He's got that age to him, that grace, to where he's like, I've seen some shit. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I can fix it, but I at least think I can handle the situation. He's a guy I can see where the problems are at. Also a guy that if I was in a bar, I'd like to just have a drink with him. He seems like an all around, like a man. Here's the positives with Kyo Yoon Han. He has a positive, his aura is off the charts right now. He has this vibe of making me feel good about myself and wanting to conquer my future, which is huge. His wife's a baddie, certified baddie. So you know he can pull tail. That's kind of sick. And just an amazing slogan. Oh yeah, wasn't Don Chip's Keep the Bastards Honest? It's pretty good too. Keep the bastards honest. I love that. Let's look at the cons. Don Chip, yeah, he's a bad boy and stuff. I feel like he's gonna do illegal things. I feel like you would want to like him and really be on his side, but I feel like in the back of your mind, you know that he's doing some kind of crime, which is in a way kind of a positive too for me, maybe. The cons for Kyo Yoon Han, once again, are strictly this. One, I don't like the giant mole on his nose, okay? That's petty. I also don't think that he could beat Don Chip in a fist fight, if I'm being honest. I don't think he can arm wrestle him. I honestly feel like Kyo Yoon Han probably couldn't. I don't think he could beat any 9-year-old Australian boy in a fight. That's probably rough to say, but off shooting from the hip, that's what I think. Does he make me want to reach for my future? Yes, but you know who also does that? My mom, okay? Do I think my mom could run the country like Don Chip? No. It's hard saying goodbye to someone you love. Kyo Yoon Han, through this venture, has made me truly look at my own world. I'm gazing at it. I'm seeing that it was a little less empty without him. And I think conquering my universe is realizing that I need to conquer my content moving forward. I need to take action. And I think by conquering the universe, I think it's meaning electing Don Chip as our official political leader here. I know, but Don Chip, he's got a place in my heart. I'm sorry. Don Chip is the kind of guy stand behind the podium and you'd listen. He'd just tell you how it is, and you'd see him drinking at a bar, and you're like, well, yeah, of course, that's Don Chip. And that's the kind of guy that I'm voting for. So my vote for this presidential or political race that we have here in this tournament is Don Chip is my champion. And of all these people, I think Don Chip would probably get my vote. I really hope he's a good politician. We'll just put something here. Hopefully he's a good candidate. We'll see. We'll see. I'm curious to see. People almost always disagree with my picks in the tournaments here. So I am curious to see what you guys think. The rat is getting my vote. Don Chip, you are my hero for today. There you go. Once again, hopefully he was a good selection. I refuse to absolutely look into any of this information. So let me know who you'd vote for, and I will catch you all in the next one. Happy voting, everyone. Bye-bye. Talking politics can be pretty divisive. Divisive? Decisive. Divisive. I had it right the first time. Okay. Versus Conrad. I don't want to be in that. I don't even think I want to know this man. He scares me. But is that a good political avenue?